Good morning, students. How are you all? I hope you all are well and safe. In our last class, we have started B reading, that is, every success story is also a story of great failures. So, in that, we have seen about few people who failed in their life, and after trying so many times, they have succeeded in their life and they have become very famous in the society. So, who are they? One is Abraham Lincoln, and the other is Lee DeForest, and the third is Wright brothers, and the fourth is Colonel Sandals, and fifth is Walt Disney, and the sixth is Thomas Edison. So, about these people we have seen in our last class. So, today we are going to continue the remaining part of the lesson. So, if you see in your textbook, Henry Ford forgot to put the reverse gear in the first car he made. So, Henry Ford, what happened when he invented a car? So, he forgot to put the reverse gear in his first car which he has made. Who? Henry Ford. And do you consider these people failures? They succeeded in spite of problems, not in the absence of them. But to the outside world, it appears as though they just got lucky. So, all these people about whom all we have read, actually, they didn't succeed at one time. After trying so many times and after failing for so many times, finally they have succeeded. But all the people who are outside the world, uh, means all the outside world, what they think is they got lucky and they have succeeded in life. But actually, how many failures they have faced after facing so much of humiliation, then only they have succeeded in their lives. All success stories are stories of great failures. The only difference is that every time they failed, they bounced back. This is called failing forward rather than backward. You learn and move forward. Learn from your failure and keep moving. So, what they are telling us here is all success stories are stories of great failures. So, if we read any success stories, in that we will see how much great failures they have faced, and later they are successful in their life. So the only difference is that every time they failed, they bounced back. Suppose if we are there, what we will do, if we get failed in anything, we will try for one or two times and we will just quit. But here, the every time they failed, they are trying that much still more hard to get succeeded. So everyone should have that spirit. So this spirit is called as falling forward rather than backward. And you learn and move forward. So they are telling us to learn something from the each failure, and we have to move forward. So learn from your failure and keep moving. In 1914, Thomas Edison at age 67 lost his factory, which was worth a few $1 million, on fire. It had very little insurance. No longer a young man, Edison watched his lifetime effort go up in smoke and said, "There is great value in disaster. All our mistakes are burnt up. Thank God we can start anew." In spite of the disaster, 3 weeks later, he invented the phonograph. What an attitude! So, what happened in the year 1914? Thomas Edison, at that time, the age of Thomas Edison is 67 years old. He is 67 years old. And what happened? he lost his factory, and it was a worth of few $1 million. So the value of that factory was few $1 million, and it was on fire, and he had very little insurance for that uh, factory. And no and another thing, he is very old, he's not a young man. But Edison watched his, so what happened, Edison watched his lifetime efforts, whatever he has earned in his life. Everything was uh, everything what all his effort was, it went up in smoke. And he said to himself, what did he say? There is great value in disaster. All our mistakes are burnt up, and he is thanking God that he can start a new one. And in spite of that disaster, within the 3 weeks, what did he do? He invented the phonograph. So you can see what an attitude of that person is. Below are more examples of the failures of successful people. First one is Thomas Edison failed approximately 10,000 times while he was working on the light bulb. So now what we use this bulb, it is not invented only by the one attempt. How many times? After trying 10,000 times, while he was working on the light bulb, he failed approximately, who Edison failed approximately 10,000 times. Then only he has succeeded, and that is what today we are using. And second, Henry Ford was broke at the age of 40, and leader for a, sorry and Lee Iacocca was fired by Henry Ford too at the age of 54. Young Beethoven was told that he had no talent for music, but he gave some of the best music to the world. So these are actually they have suffered a lot, and they have succeeded in their life. So setbacks are inevitable in life. A setback can act as a driving force and also teaches humility. In grief, you will find courage and faith to overcome the setback. We need to learn to become victors, not victims. Fear and doubt short circuit the mind. So, what he's telling here is setbacks are inevitable in life, and he's telling that a setback can act as a driving force and also teaches us humility. And in grief, means in sadness, you will find courage and faith to overcome the setback. And also, we need to learn to become victors but not victims. And fear and doubt short circuit the mind. So he's telling that fear and doubt will short circuit the mind, means it doesn't allow us to think. Okay, ask yourself after every setback, what did I learn from this experience? Only then you will be able to turn a stumbling block into a stepping stone. So after every setback, what did I learn from this? So we have to question ourselves, or we have to think that what we have learned from this experience. Then only we will be able to turn a stumbling block into a stepping stone. The motivation to success comes from the burning desire to achieve a purpose. Napoleon Hill wrote, whatever the mind of man can conceive and believe, the mind can achieve. So, the motivation to success comes from the burning desire to achieve a purpose. So here Napoleon Hill, he has wrote, so what did he write? He has written that whatever in the mind of a man can conceive and believe, the mind can achieve. A young man asked Socrates the secret to success. Socrates told the young man to meet him near the river the next morning. They met. Socrates asked the young man to walk with him towards the river. When the water got up to their neck, Socrates took the young man by surprise and ducked him into the water. The boy struggled to get out, but Socrates was strong and kept him there until the boy started turning blue. Socrates pulled his head out of the water, and the first thing the young man did was to gasp and take a deep breath of air. Socrates asked, "What did you want the most when you were there?" The boy replied, "Air." Socrates said, "That is the secret to success. When you want success as badly as you wanted the air, then you will get it. There is no other secret." So, here they have given a short story. A young man he asked Socrates the secret to success. So, what did he do? He asked the young man to meet him near the river next morning. So, both of them they met near the river and they started to walk towards the river. And when the water got to their neck, what did Socrates do? He took the young man by surprise and he ducked him into the water. And that boy was struggling to get out of that water. But Socrates was strong and he kept him there until the boy was turning blue. And later he pulled his head out of the water. And the first thing what that young man did was he was gasping and taking a deep breath of air. Then Socrates asked him, "What did you want the most when you were there?" Means when he was ducked in the water, what was the most important thing that young man want? So that boy replied, "Air." He wanted air when he was ducked in the water. So Socrates said, "That is the secret to success. When you want success as badly as you wanted the air, then you will get it. There is no other secret." So he's telling, if you work very hard for that, then you will get it. Yes or no? See here, a burning desire is the starting point of all accomplishments. Just like a small fire cannot give much heat, a weak desire cannot produce great results. So, here they are telling us that a burning desire is the starting point of all accomplishments. So suppose if you want to get first rank, or if you want to get very good marks in your class, so what you will be doing, your desire is you want to get good marks. So that desire is the starting point of all your accomplishments. And just like a small fire cannot give much heat, if you want so much of heat, if you burn a little small fire, can it give you much heat? No, you have to set so much of fire, then only that heat you will get. So here he is telling that a weak desire cannot produce great results. So you should have a strong desire to get succeeded in your life, then only you will get success. If you have a very weak desire, you cannot succeed in your life. So here they have given few words. You can see here, if you think you are beaten, you are. If you think you are dare not, you don't. If you like to win but think you can't, it's almost a cinch you won't. If you think you will lose, you are lost. For out in the world we find success begins with a fellow's will. It's all in the state of mind. If you think you are outclassed, you are. You have got the you have got to think high to rise. You have got to be sure of yourself before you can ever win a prize. life's battles don't always go to the stronger and faster men, but sooner or later, the man who wins is the man who thinks he can. So, this lesson is written by Shiv Kher, and I hope you have understood the lesson. And I'll be sending you the hard words separately, and also I will be sending you the notes of B reading also. So I want you to write them neatly in your notes, and I want you to send me without fail. We'll be continuing the remaining part of the lesson in our next session. Thank you. Have a good day.